coming to you straight, cutter style, from Law Nation Studios, down in the deep Dallas, Texas. Let's go, baby. Oh, they got some of the guys that I really like. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, yo. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Good old Randy, Gregory, and Malik, the freak hooker. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like I said, the name is Law Nation. Let's go with it. What's up, everybody? So, with that being said, my guy, Randy Gregory, signed an unbelievable $70 million deal. That money is designed to protect the Dallas Cowboys defensive ends for the 2022 season. Basically, we're going to have the same defensive ends, and this look will also develop a continuity. And from my understanding, this look also signifies that, hey, we got now the exact same thing that we had with continuity for Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, he get a chance to get all of his toys. And there's nothing wrong with Dan Quinn getting his toys, because Dan Quinn was the guy that was able to reach out and get this team back to what we wanted to see, especially on the defensive side of the coin. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout out to you on the Facebook groove. Appreciate those who joining on the YouTube as I pull up everything. Bear with me. I'm building the plane while it's in the air, so I can give you guys the context here. Let me see what's going on with my news feeder. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. The Malik Hooker deal is for 2 years. Cowboys re-signed Malik Hooker for a 2-year deal. It's not a 1-year rental. Y'all know I love the more than a 1 year, because if Malik Hooker decides to ball the you-know-what out, at least, which I think he will, right? I think he will. At least we don't have to go back to the drawing board and back to, will he be here, will he not be here? And Malik Hooker on his socials, he actually toyed with all of, let me know if the audio is straight. He actually toyed with all of the fans, but they said, Malik, we need you back. And where you going to be at, Malik? Malik was telling everybody, I'm going to be exactly where I need to be. And there's toying with the people there, and I love it. And he was playing that mind game. Now, as far as the context of my guy, Randy Gregory, I will pull that up and bring that up in a few. But bear with me, Cowboy Nation, while I try to build this plane while it's in the air. What's going on with this chat? I can't pull my chat up. This is crazy. Let me see if I can figure out another way. This will is a way, baby. This is getting on my nerves, baby. All right. We're going to figure it out, baby. All right. And appearance, let me go default. Let me go. I can't read nobody's comments right now. It's not pulling up. Give me 1 second. That's good old Murphy Law. If you know anything about Murphy, that Murphy, you will get right in the way. And a part of this show is a show that interact with my good people. And it won't be the same if I can't read the comments. It won't be the same. Come on now. Let's go here. This program is going crazy. Why in the world they change it right now? All right. Y'all bear with me, and I'll give you all of the details in a few. Or if not, goes somewhere they give you the details. All right. And God dog. That's on them, baby. It's on them. It's not on me. It's on them. Because they didn't have to change it. Restream, you didn't have to change it. You know, you're messing up a good thing. Nobody told you guys to change it, you know. It's just messed up. Okay. Bear with me. Bear with me, Cowboy Nation. Rome wasn't built in a day. Took a couple weeks. All right, here we go. God dog, man. And it's still not the way I want it, but we're going to deal with it, and then I'll figure it out down the line. We'll figure out another way. Yeah, this definitely not how I want it. How do you want it? How do you feel? You know, basically. All right, let me go to this one first. Cowboys re-signed Randy Gregory for 5 years, so he's going to be here for 5 years, allegedly. $70 million deal that includes a $28 million guarantee. Now, this looks just like a similar contract of what my guy got, Michael Gallup. Similar contract with the 28 with the low guarantees. So basically, how I look at it is I look at the guarantee money. And when they break down the nuances of where money is going, far as the guarantee, the collective. Appreciate you, Leroy. Appreciate you. When you look at everything, I'm quite sure that this team is looking at it like, all right, we're gonna give you some money, but it's up to you in order for you to get this right here. You know, this $70 million is up to you. And that's based upon your production. That's based upon your skills or whatever you do out there, your time. But we going to get a deal that's good for us, and we got a deal that's good for you. Now that I'm looking at it, and we can call him Baby Nuts, we can call him Cap Boy, we can call him Slickback, you know. But these contracts, they are very in the middle. Very in the middle. Some of them are good for the agent, and some of them good for the Cowboys. And the agent is looking at it like, I need big numbers to showcase that I know what the hell I'm doing, right? And basically, they got the big number, the $70 million, right? That's the big number that's going to be on their headline, because most people are only going to look at the top number, right? Most people are only going to look at the top number. Most people are only going to say, hey, man, it's a $70 million contract. It's a $70 million contract. They look at D-Law's contract and say, hey, D-Law, you got $40 million. The $30 million. Now, D-Law guarantees is very close. And D-Law, based upon the contract, his age and everything, D-Law, he should retire. He should retire as the Cowboys if he play this thing out rightly, right? And Randy Gregory, he should retire as a Cowboy. 5-year deal, $70 million, right? So that's the next phase would be Curse, yeah. Now we're going to talk about J. Ron Curse, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, Malik Hooker, all it takes for you to do is go watch the game that they call a fine, and they gave him a fine of like $5,000 or $6,000 or more. for a hit when he hit the guy out of bounds. And I said, that's the Malik Hooker that I couldn't wait to see. And they slowly, like, when we was out there in Oxnard, everybody like, man, where Malik? Where Malik? Where Malik? Where Malik? And I was like, man, there you go right there. He working the chords. And I turned the camera over and I showed you guys Malik Hooker when we was out there in Oxnard. And he was working the ropes slowly. He was just sitting there working the ropes. And we were saying to ourselves, man, he looked like he can move a little bit. But when he started jogging, I said, yeah, he's still ginger. You know, he's not all the way, you know. You know how you say that dog don't hunt? At that point, that dog didn't hunt. And I was telling people at the start and the kickoff of the season, last season, what's going to have to happen is that this offense going to have to take care and carry the defense. But round late of the season, this defense is going to carry the offense. I had somebody to get angry and upset at me for saying that and said, no, Law, you don't know football. But I said, I can only say what I see. Let me repeat. I can only say what I see. And I just didn't see Malik Hooker flying off to the ball, being explosive to the ball. And we at this point, nobody knew that Parsons was going to be Parsons. Unless they lying. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Spock. Appreciate you, man.
They should resend that franchise tag on Schultz so they can get even more money to sign someone.
Spock, can you save me? Yeah. I mean, all right, we got until Wednesday. So before I say anything else, we got until Wednesday. And of course, that's when the new year kick off or what have you. And I think that you can rescind. I think that I'm telling you guys I'm a little off on it. I think you got all the way into June. Is it to June 1st to rescind that franchise tag? But at this point, if you come up with a long-term contract, which I believe they will, which I really believe they will, that they will work something out for Dalton Schultz. And this is his first contract. And he was a 4th-round draft pick, right? So whatever money they throwing at Dalton Schultz, he going to get it. Now, he can try to play hardball and all, but all the Cowboys got to do is this right here, and they'll get his mind right. Let me do it again. We got news out of Frisco. The Cowboys now, as of 3 minutes ago, signed O.J. Howard. You know, they rescind that and they put another tight end out there. Then there'll be calls to pause, and then there's an agent will get it right. Because right now, I don't think no one is tipping their hat and saying we'll give you 2 first-round draft picks for Dalton Schultz because that's his tender. They're gonna trade Collins. I have a storyline. Yeah, Carolina Cowboy. I'll let you know if Bobby Wagner ever shows up in Frisco. I'll let you know. Matter of fact, I'll be like the 10th or the 50th person to know on that one. I won't be the first to know. I don't want to be Ray J. When somebody else hit me up, I'll let you know. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. This particular team, as it relates to the draft, let's not forget about it. And the model that they are doing now is we love our guys. We sign our guys. So I'm looking at this thing from way far away. And I'm saying that, hey, where are the holes? Still, it's safety, linebackers down in the trenches. I don't think that we shopping for DBs. I don't think we are. And far as the La'el Collins news, I was going to roll out with the news, but the source was kind of, now you have like the source kind of like in the middle place. And the source was Ian Rappaport. And it's kind of like what he said. And I did the full video last night, and I was going to hit the send button. It still is uploaded. I might release it to those that's in the Patreon and the membership squad. But the reason why I didn't hit send bright and early in the morning, because Ian Rappaport was the only person saying that, yeah. And some of the beat writers for the Denver Broncos were saying that, yes, they really hold La'el Collins to high regards. And a source, an NFL source, sources said, I'm not breaking news law. I never want to be a beat reporter or anything. I want to be getting it out of the mud, the gutter. I want to be wrong sometimes, I don't want to be the guy that walk around and say, hey, I'm right. Now y'all bow to me because I'm right. No, I don't want to be that dude. I don't roll that way. Matter of fact, I'm more of the conscious mind that I really want La'el Collins to stay. But the source, it was real close to the Denver Broncos, said that they are willing to give the Cowboys a low-round draft pick for La'el Collins. Not a high-round draft pick, because they already know. They already know that the Cowboys are about to move on from La'el Collins, and you might as well get something back in return. It's going to be equivalent to what they did with Amari Cooper. Why would they give the Cowboys a low-round draft pick? So they won't have to go into bidding wars for his contract. So that Broncos source said that they really want La'el Collins, and they are willing to give the Cowboys probably a 6th, a 5th, or 4th round draft pick. And in my video, I said, and this video have not been released, but it's just sitting in my queue, I literally said that this right here, you can't find a right tackle or guard that's equivalent to La'el Collins in the 7th round, 6th round, 5th round, 4th round, 3rd round, or 2nd round in the 2022 draft nor the 2023 draft. You can't. You can't. I don't give a dog what is going on with La'el Collins, whether it's he don't want to play or he don't fit the scheme, or even if it's something dealing with the coaching staff is not on the same page with him. I'm keeping him in silver and blue. I'm keeping him in silver and blue because I can't make the justification of moving on from one of the better right tackles in the league or better guard in the league. Because over, what is it, $10 million? Come on, baby. I mean, look, I got my guy right here. I can't even control it on this side. It is this new system. I can't even control it. I can't even swipe up. But the $1.3 million ain't nothing, man. Yeah. Yeah, Terrence Steele showed us he can be the right tackle. Yeah, I mean, Terrence Steele is a good right tackle. But what also Terrence Steele showed us too, and I'm team keeping Terrence Steele at right tackle, by the way. I'm team this, but I'm overall, I've been a fan before Terrence Steele was born, so I understand this, right? That I also know and I understand that he's a good swing tackle. And I can guarantee you this, and I'm not putting a hex on this man, but Tyron Smith, if he plays 17, look, if Tyron Smith plays 17 games next year, I'm gonna find I'm gonna find 5 Tyron Smith jerseys, and we're gonna give them away. We're just gonna give them away. I'm just gonna find them, and we're gonna give them away to everyone. I'm gonna find 5 of them to represent the front five. So the Cowboys got to start planning in advance to know that even though those injuries were freak accidents or incidents, right? They still got to plan ahead. And one thing that we're missing out, of course, is Josh Ball. Josh Ball, just like we praised Terrence Steele coming back for the second season, stronger, bigger, faster, more athletic than what we've seen the first year. Same could be said by Josh Ball. They hit the guy. Of course, he had the high ankle sprain, and it's hard when you're 317 and 6'7" to come off a high ankle sprain. Peter, appreciate you, my dog. He says, curse, scrub everything about the Cowboys from his Instagram. He did. He did. All right, so back to this news right here. Let me just make sure. And good old Adam Schefter. Adam, baby. It's unique how he get all of the NFL news before some of the Cowboys insiders, right? It's like he got a pipeline down there in Dallas, you know. That's crazy how this thing works, man. All right, Janoris Jenkins is on the streets. Okay. 1 hour ago, Malik Hooker signed with the Cowboys. Yep, it's been confirmed. All right, after Monday's spending spree, Jaguars are releasing Miles Jack per sources. Okay. Jack led the Jaguars with 108 tackles. What are y'all thinking about good old Miles Jack, baby? I mean, he overcame his injury. Look, my guy already put it on a scooter. You know, Cowboys bound, baby, because that was the option. Do you go with Miles Jack or do you go with Jalen Smith? And Miles, shoot. I mean, that knee and everything looked pretty good to me. Let me pull up Miles, good old Miles Jack. Let me see. And this is not Miles Monroe. May he rest in peace. Let me pull him up. What I want is I want a rangy, and I get it. Bobby Wagner's there. That's the sexy pick. I'm not overlooking Bobby. Right? And I think I did an episode where I didn't do it. I was speaking to someone else in a private conversation. And they were saying, well, Law, would you rather go with Quandary Diggs or Bobby Wagner? And I was like, shoot, if I can get Diggs for a cheap, Quandary Diggs, I mean, he's a little bit younger, like a year or so younger. That dude had 5 INTs last season. You mash it up with the Cowboys, that probably can work. But that's a story of a different day. Let me pull up Miles. Let me see what he did. Let me see what his grades look like. Yeah, they look bad, 37 overall. Let me go down to what he did. Passer rating allowed 110, 0 sacks. Oh, so he's just a tackling machine. I'm gonna have to really pay attention to this man tape though. 79 tackles. That wasn't really good as far as they PFF grade. Hey, you might as well let me type in this. Let me be messy a little bit. Let me be messy. Where Jalen name at? Jalen Smith. It should pop up by now. I'm just being messy. Oh, Jalen had better numbers. Don't forget PFF, but his coverage was 80, so shoot, it looked like he was pretty good. All right, now let me pull up Van Der Esch. My guy, Coach Mar's favorite linebacker. I'm just being sarcastic right here. All right, 60s and 1 interceptions, 19 assistants. Okay, stops 35, 1 sack, 86.3 when passed against. But let me pull up the guy that we really want. Let me pull up the guy. And he's not a linebacker, by the way, but he plays at such a good role in the Cowboys. That's what we want right there, baby. I like to see Greg. You know? Everybody like FPFF, but then we look at it like, nah, man, they got to be right on some of this now. Man. PFF ain't wrong on everything. They right on some things, right, Cowboy Nation? What's up, Casimir? What's up, man? Shout out to you, Tracy White. Shout out to you, Sally Lawyer. As Anthony Witt, appreciate you for the 200 stars on the Facebook group. Appreciate you, man. Hey, man, they right on some of this stuff, right? 1 sack. We talked about this before. 2 interceptions. Come on, Cowboys, make it happen. Make it happen. I think that somebody's aggressively saying that, hey, if we don't sign, I forgot the person. They said if we don't sign J-Ron Kurtz, they're going to try to go to the Star and slap Steve and Jones. I said, no, don't do that, man. That dude's a billionaire. He got snipers. Jaguars, they re-up DJ. One thing I can tell you, Jaguars better go to the playoffs. They done did everything in the sun and the moon and put weapons around their guy. What Chandler Jones news is about? All right. Okay. The coach signed. Okay, good. Let me make sure I don't read that stuff out because it sometimes be fake news. Let me go to my guy, Gelkin. See if they have more contract information. He late. All right, let me go back to this guy right here because I'm going to make sure we're gonna get it right. We're going to get it right, baby. Here it is where I want to go. All right, Cowboys move so far. We re-signed Gregory. We got the new deal on the table for D-Law. Good old Dalton Schultz. He's tagged. We re-signed Gallup, Hooker, Noah Brown. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys this hard, difficult question right here. And we still need a kicker. We still need a kicker. What kicker? First, before we get into this, do we need a punter too? Right? We need a kicker and a punter because I believe we didn't re-up the punter. The punter, we didn't have the money to re-up the punter. So the Cowboys could be just like this, you know. The Dallas Cowboys select some kicker from some school. Oh my God, we need a kicker and a punter and a kicker, or a kicker and a punter. Destroy him, baby. He gonna come on over to the Cowboys. But for real talk, if the Cowboys do draft a kicker, we seen with our natural eyes a kicker for the Cincinnati Bengals had a foot on him. And let me know, he was a draft pick for the Cincinnati, was he? What was his name? Y'all put his name in the chat. He was a draft pick, man. Appreciate you, Bishop. Thank you for joining and leveling up, man, with the nation. Appreciate you. I mean, let's not overlook the kicker. Nobody want a kicker until you need him. And the kicker falls in the same category as offensive line. Nobody want an offensive lineman. Nobody like the draft until you need them. And some of the big boys, the marquee guys, yes, they're going to be going in the first 10 or 15 picks. But if the Cowboys are sitting there looking at this team, knowing that they got a big hole to fill on wide receiver, like they need extra help on wide receiver, but you have the opportunity to strengthen your offensive line, Because what I want the Cowboys to do is to go back into their mind and say, okay, with the offensive line, they at least, if you hit right, going to be here for 10 years or more. And I would cringe and I would hate the day when Zach Martin say, you know what, I want to follow my big boy, my brother, Travis Frederick. I want to hang him up, and I'll be flat out mad. But we got to plan for that day. So we got to always beef up, if anything, our interior. Tyler Biotish, if you look back at tape, he was getting literally picked up and said, Rocky, my baby, where you want to go? Oh, there's that Prescott lap. Here you go. Remix, you know. So we're going to have to strengthen. Shout out to you, Simmons, for 1,000 stars. You're on a whole new plane over there on the Facebook. Yeah, appreciate you, Lamar. Thank you for the donation.
We got Nagaran roster kicker.
Oh, that's right. We got that Nagar. Chris Niger. We got Chris Niger as our kicker. I forgot all about him. All right, so we're going to see if Chris, he better make his kick because Cowboys, shoot. All right, and here we go. Michael Helton, appreciate you for the donation there.
Rescind that franchise tag and make a splash signing.
All right, here we go. Dalton Schultz. If we
rescind that franchise tag and make a splash signing.
I heard you the first time, lady. We all heard you. But appreciate you, Michael Hilton. Here we go. Here's what we need to do. AG the King says, Matt, yeah, we'll free up one of those spots if we draft him. And that's a Matt Ariza, something like that. He's the guy that punts 90 yards or so. We'll find out what the Cowboys would do, but I'll flip some tables over if we draft a punt kicker in the third round. I'll flip some tables over. Why you tearing up your place, dog? But neither here nor there. Rescinding the ideology of rescinding Schultz tag. The ideology of rescinding his tag to go sign someone else may work to free up cash. But the flip side of it, the ideology of signing him to a long-term contract will free up some more cash. And speaking of that, let's see how much cash money we got if they decided to update this. Let's see. Where are we? So, dang, them Packers got down $3 million, boy. Oh, buddy. We got $28 million. Y'all see that? Now, I know that some of these deals have not went through yet, but let me see if I can pull this all the way up. Let's see if I can share this information. I can't even share it with you guys based on this new platform on how they got it, but it's all good. Let me figure out another way. Boy, we got some money. We got monies in this house. We got some money. Let me see what I can do here. This thing right here is killing me. Let me see if we go from that way. Nah. From the top. Here we go. We got some money. We're going to figure it out, Cowboy Nation. That's crazy if I go that way. That's crazy if I go that way. Y'all bear with me. Have you ever been doing something for so long or a certain way and then they change it up on you and you don't like the way they change it up on you because it changes everything? Let me see if this is better for me. Bear with me. I don't know why they did it anyway. All right, they should have left well enough. Old folks, they leave well enough alone. All right, so let me see if I can put this in there. We got some money now. Big money time, Cowboys. This might be even worse to your eyes. Jeez. All right, man. This is crazy. We got this right here. From True Believer.
Johnny Hecker released. He is a facile guy punter.
When was Johnny Hecker released? Oh, Johnny can throw the ball as well. Let's not sleep on Johnny. Johnny Hecker can throw it. So if we keep Chris Nigar as our field goal kicker and we have Johnny Hecker, we okay. I don't even have to talk about this special teams anymore. But if we go with the notion of rescinding the franchise tag, and we got $28 million. This should be a no-brainer. This should be a no-brainer of picking up Bobby. I should be able to hear by Wednesday that this is the information that we should hear, because this should be the information that we hear. What? My doggone. Here we go. This should be the information that we hear right here. It came down to the Cowboys establishing continuity, and one of the news that we have to say right now, the Cowboys done signed Bobby Wagner. He already familiar with Dan Quinn's system and philosophy, and you match that up with Parsons. Now you have this front that's crazy. Is what we envision. All the Cowboys got to do now, technically, all the Cowboys got to do now. You got Randy. You got DeMarcus Lawrence. Those are your bookend on the edge. And then on certain downs, you can slide Parsons down inside. You got the brains of the operation. Got the brains of the operation, Bobby Wagner. He's gonna be literally the green dot guy, right? He's gonna be the guy, the new green dot guy. And if you kick open some type of contract for Ron Kearse, because he never had more than $2 million in 1 year since he's been playing in the NFL, and it's been 5 years now. So Cowboys, if you find some money in the couch, under the table, somewhere on the coffee stand, just put that rest of the money so you got Ron Kearse and you have Bobby Wagner. Just that should be the next news. And all we have to do, hear me out. I like offense, but I'm talking defense. I'm talking my language, right? All you got to do to really put that centerpiece together, is draft big Jordan Davis. I don't care if the negative scouting report says he's only 1 and 2 down guy anyway, right? He's only a 2 down guy. That's bullsugar to me. You seen that dude run a 4.7, and we really don't even look at the 40 times. But by him being 330 or 40 pounds, running a 4.7, you need to just run to the table yourself and pick up big Jordan Davis. Why, Lord? Why? Because they're going to allow your linebackers to keep their pad levels clean. That's going to allow us now in the 3rd or 4th round, we can go pick up another safety, right? Just to be a fill-in guy. But we got Malik Hooker. He's going to be the voice of reason. And even if everything is all settled, I truly believe in the hearts of hearts, Cowboy Nation, that nobody's really going to take a flyer at good old DeMonte KZ. I don't think nobody's going to take a good look at 176-pound DeMonte KZ outside of Dan Quinn. That's how I'm looking at it. I could be 1,000,000% wrong, right? My guy, Jay Versick, let Jay Versick say something.
Supla, now Wagner and Kearse, please.
Oh, yeah. All right, and we got right here, appreciate you. Byron,
Let's go
appreciate
get
you.
KK York, #UX Tigers.
Okay, well, let's go get them then. And then we have here Bishop, appreciate you for the donation to help rule the nation. Come on.
OU Gabe Burkich 6th 88.1.
Okay. I'm going to have to look up Gabe. All right, so I got some more news coming around
OU
the pipeline.
Gabe Burkich 6th 88.1.
Former Cowboy offensive lineman Connor Williams signed a 2-year deal.
OU Gabe Burkich 6th
Come on, lady.
88.1.
Appreciate you. Oh, shout out to you, Bishop. Thank you for the donation. All right, former Cowboy offensive lineman Connor Williams is signing a 2-year, $14 million deal, which includes $7.5 million fully guaranteed for the Miami Dolphins. Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! He had Drew Rosenhaus as his agent. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, we finna eat our words now. We about to eat our words. He went to right where he's supposed to be. Oh my gosh, you guys watch. Connor Williams, what's today's date? It's today's March the 15th. Connor Williams is going to the Pro Bowl. Connor Williams is going to the Pro Bowl. He's going right up his alley. He's going into a run block scheme. Watch, they're going to pull him. He's going to get out in space. He's going to look for traffic to hit. You're going to see his athleticism. You're going to see his speed to power. You're going to see everything that you want to know about Connor Williams in that particular scheme. And I'm not hyping. There's nothing about Connor Williams' run block grade is just terrible. No. It was I'm a light body guard sitting back in a pass-dominant system that everybody know that the opposing player keyed in on Connor because he was light body, short arms, didn't have the anchor weight. But when you pull Connor, he was athletic to get to the edge. You about to see Connor Williams. I know some people say, nah, Law, you must be out your mind. But, man, it's about to – no, I'm not hyping. Look, Milton, I can't even really see it this way. But, Milton, I'm not hyping. I promise you I'm not. I'm not. Connor Williams, he had 15 penalties. But out of the 15, majority of those penalties came when he was in pass pro. You name a offensive lineman that prefers to be in pass pro. And I'm waiting. I can't even read it this way, man. I don't know why they changed this. But let me show you guys something. And he won't have the biasness like against the Dallas Cowboys player. Not 15 penalties. Look, you can't out-talk and you can't circumvent 15 penalties, right? But when you look at they got it 76, but I get it. But you look at it right here. He only allowed one sack. He only allowed Dak Prescott to get hit one time, right? Total pressures 13. I promise you that's a good situation for them. All right, so case in point, let me do this because I forgot dude's name. If my brother was on the show, he'll pull him up immediately. But let me do this. Left guard for 49ers. Left guard for 49ers. Who was that left guard name? I'm going to see. What was the left guard name for the 49ers? What was the left guard's name for the 49ers? And I'm going to try to get his name up out of there. Tomlinson. Okay. It was him, right? Appreciate y'all. That was his name. Okay. Did he make it to the Pro Bowl? And I know you can't use Pro Bowl as a key indicator, but let's tell me yes or no. Did he make it to the Pro Bowl? Okay. Okay, good. All right. Let me pull up him. Literally, he allowed 2 sacks. He had 10 less penalties. But literally, same person. But the perceived value is different because in their particular scheme, he was utilized to his degree. Laken Tomlinson. I think we had a conversation about that, and he was like, shoot, it just depended on the scheme. This dude ain't that good in pass pro, but in run, this dude, Thomas LT, shout out to the LTs, was good. But same player. As far as the grading per se, and I know it's PFF, and I know a lot of people, we can only look at Connor from the view of, dog, man, he's getting pushed back inside, right? But that's like me purchasing an F-150 and I'm trying to put it on the strip to drag race other cars, and you sit there and say, man, that F-150, man, that truck's slow. It can't keep up. It can't keep up with that Mercedes or that Cadillac. But that's not what it's designed to do. And that's what we tend to have problems with. Yeah, last night, Dez Bryant did say that the Cowboys are looking at James Washington. And I haven't heard any other news about that. Man, this thing is hurting my eyes. Let me see if I can go back to another view. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. Appreciate you. Appreciate the donation there.
Law, I saw Miles Jack just got released. Who would you rather have next to Parson, Bobby Wagner or Miles Jack? I remember he was beast coming out UCLA.
We talked about this a little earlier. I appreciate you, Jesse. But we all look now. I would rather have Bobby Wagner than Miles Jacks. But if you can somehow pick up Miles Jacks for a cup of coffee, I mean, you look, you know, bring them in. Bring them in for a cup of coffee if the price is right. And I ain't talking about the game show. I need fast, athletic linebackers, but I'm not sleeping on Jabril Cox, right? But I need fast, athletic linebackers that can get to the edge, chase, and get upfield. We play a lot, just to be fair, we play a lot of nickel. What do that mean? What do that mean when you say nickel? There's two linebackers on the field. And there's one linebacker I refuse to take off the field, and that's number 11. So what I'm thinking that the Cowboys going to do, and he said he kind of talked about it on the Rich Eisen show, is that third down, Parson is going to be your edge rusher. What they're going to do with your boy D-Law, I already seen it. We seen a piece of it, baby. They're going to kick Law as the 3-tech. I think my guy, Vach Lombardi, he came up with a terminology, and I ain't want to take it from him because it was a damn good terminology. I said, dog, why I couldn't come up with it? He came up with it. I was like, God dog it, boy. That's cold-blooded. I might steal it every now and then. And he came up with the terminology, the end game. The end game. Y'all remember that? Whereas you put in all of your edge guys on the front. And I think that that's quite possible now since they read up D-Law, they read up Randy Gregory, and, of course, we all know Parsons. So now with that look on third down, you can have your Mike as Bobby Wagner and still have Curse on the field. So just in case, if that tight end, that's why they need to sign Curse. G. Bell says Law stopped with all the lies. He couldn't run block either. Wow, Connor Williams couldn't run block either? I just showed, well, if Connor can't run block, Lake and Tom let me ask you this. Can Lake and Thomason run block? You know, I can't even read this statement. They re-signed Dorrance Armstrong. Dorrance been Dorrance been on this team for a long time. Ask me that question. Can Thomason, can he run block? Let me ask you that. Can y'all put down in the chat, can Thomason run block? Let's see. When did they re-sign Dorrance? That must have slipped right on in. Let me see if I can fix this thing. God dog, man, this thing is killing me. Why would they change it? Why would they change it in the middle of the race? That's the craziest thing. Oh, why did they change it? I can't even read none of this stuff. Let me see. Plug box. Yeah, that looks better. Y'all bear with me while I figure this out. That looks weird. Y'all ought to see the options they giving me. Overwatch box. That looks like. Take a look at this one. That one looks so crazy. Let me see. Curse tweeted, "Thank you, God." Okay, let's see. That looks weird to me. This is literally me built. All I wanted to do is come down normal. Y'all don't know if I got OCD, and the platform changed up the way. They said, "Look, let me change this up a little bit. Let me change this up." I don't know why would they do this. Okay, I'm gonna find the right one. Y'all bear with me. I promise y'all. Why would you change it? I want my old box. I want my old Cadillac, baby. I want that 88 Cutlass. Why would you change it? Change it back. Oh, my gosh, man. This is killing me. I'm looking through all of them. They got a whole bunch of boxes out here. Like, what's the point? Who created this one, man? Like, why would you create this one? Like, come on. Like, who's really using this one? Like, look at how it comes out, you know? Oh, my gosh, man. I don't know why Restream changed this thing up. All right. All right, this would probably be the best way, even though I can't see it. And we gonna get back to the show, but I got to fix this thing. That purple look terrible. Get out of here. We gonna keep it like this, and then next time I go live, I promise you I'll have it right. This probably be the better look for me. All right, let me see. So let me see what J. Ron Curse talked about. J. Ron Curse. Thank God that's 11 minutes ago. Well, we better hear some type of news. He thanking God and everything. All right, so he said thank God. Is he going to put Cowboy stuff back up? He better not put Eagle stuff up. I'm like, well, wait a minute. God had nothing to do with that. You know, he better not put Eagle stuff. We better not see Eagle stuff up there. We better not see Giants, and we better not see the Washington Commodes logos and stuff all over your page, man. We better see silver and blue. That is right. Come on through. Please re-sign. Please re-sign. Yeah, in a zone scheme. That's all I'm saying, G Bell. Now I can read your comment. At first I couldn't see it. Shout out to you, Swab TV. And, look, so this is what we got to stop doing. We got to stop looking at players like Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, anybody on that front five as it relates to run, anything associated and affiliated with run, even with the down. Well, down blocking, Schultz need to become better on that. But even with the diminishing rates of returns that we are getting out of Schultz blocking, we got to stop it, baby. Because everything points towards the offense and the offensive coordinator. We do. We got to. And, of course, I get it. Terrence Steele played better than La'el Collins. Because I'm looking at it like this, especially in pass pro. In some run formation, because he was just more athletic, quicker to the punch. Yeah, we could talk about that. But even if this team go get all of even if we just go do just like this and get Tyler Biotish and somehow get Zion Johnson and Kenyon Green, our offensive line will still be suspect. Believe it or not, including if we still have the guys we have. Somehow the world and universe open up, and if we still doing 21 slam, I don't care who we have. We can go find a time machine and go get Big LA. right? Hey, man, Big LA is a guard, man. Why y'all got him at tackle? You know? It would still be this. If we running these vanilla style plays, you got to have scheme. Talent is good, yes. Talent is good. Talent is one thing. But if I draw up a scheme, and I'm going to just say this real tight for you guys. If I draw up a play for Shaquille O'Neal to shoot the three 10 to 12 times a game, and I'm angry because he's not draining them, who is at fault right now? You know? Who is at fault? The coach. But I'm yelling, hey, I drew the play for him to execute. But that's not his skill set. And that is the issue that we are having right now, just a little bit with Kellen Moore. We actually going through growing pains, and we seeing it, and we are just trying to make the justification about the player skill set. When we all yelling like, nah, dog, you don't have Shaq to shoot the perimeter shot. He's not going to make it. So then they do some wholesale changes, and they get Steph Curry, and they trying to put Steph Curry in the low post. And I'm only saying it so that you guys can relate. Like Steph Curry is a good player. But man, why you got him down in the post, man? And that dude suck, man. That dude trash. I promise you'll have people saying that. Hey, man. Oh my gosh. Did y'all see Ja Morant the other day? Woo! That boy bad, too. Man, they got Ja Morant playing center now, man. Come on, man. He's a good player. Why you got him at center? You know, you won't get the proper evaluation for the nation. We had Tony Pollard. I yelled to the high heavens last week and the week before that. Who is the most explosive player on this team? People looked around. They said, you know what? CeeDee Lamb is explosive, but he ain't as explosive as Tony. The dude only had 4 touches. We need J-Ron Curse. Yeah, I can read it better this way at least. Shout out to you, Collins. He said, let's go Bolts. Chargers do look pretty good. The Chargers do look good on paper right now. Right now, the Chargers are the papers champ, and the Jaguars are in second place. Paper champs right now. Andrew says trade Zeke. That is a good option to trade him, but nobody. Let me see what he's saying now. Come on, man. He want to break the news? Now, he just said thank God. I mean, let's see if anybody else out here. These news reporters. Jory, she's pretty good too. She breaks some good stuff. Randy Gregory. With the Cowboys signing DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory from ESPN Stat Info, Parsons, Law, Gregory only played 140 snaps together. And those 140 snaps, their yards per play, yards per attempt, and QBR allowed would have led all 32 NFL teams. And that's why I really say, man, that end game, that what my guy Vach was saying, that dude was right on the money with it. He's right on the money with it because you got guys that can fly off to the ball, and I get it, right? We didn't get a chance to see that crazy freak accident. Like calf strains really cost us the number 1 seed. We would have literally been the number 1 seed last season if we didn't have calf strains, nor if the kicker knew how to make the kicks, the extra points, right? Well, that won't be a problem heading into 2022. I'm speaking it into existence. But think about it. The Gallup calf strain, that threw us for a loop. We had to hurry up and elevate Cedric Wilson, who did a wonderful job. He didn't drop and fumble the ball. He stepped into the game, bam, did his thing. Dak Prescott calf strain. He went from elite Dak. I was banging the table out ready to fight folks like, hey, man, that dude is elite, dog. You know, that dude was looking good, man. Then the calf strain, whether the calf strain or the Denver Broncos, right? We would never know. Denver Broncos said they gave the blueprint. Dak Prescott said, man, it wasn't my calf. It was just me, right? We don't know. Something happened in that game. It would have been better if the Cowboys forfeited the Patriots game. Lose that game, or CeeDee Lamb on that last play never even got a chance to get open, right? And Dak never threw that ball. And it would have been better for the season, but neither here nor there. That calf strain on Dak Prescott ruined the momentum. The calf strain on Michael Gallup ruined the hypeness that we had about him going into his contract year. And the calf strain for Randy Gregory kind of threw us all for loops. Like, we remembered the hamstring monsters, but the calf monster, man, which one worse? I don't know. Hamstring or the calf monster? I don't know, baby. But heading into 2022, knock on some wood, may there be no major injuries. I recall one year, I think it was the year we won a Super Bowl for the first time with Jimmy. And it was one of the reporters was asking him. No, it was his second Super Bowl. It was the second Super Bowl. The reporter was asking Jimmy, what are you guys going to be heading into this year, what have you? And he said, if we healthy, we going back to the Super Bowl. And they said, wait. He didn't even flinch. He was like, if we healthy, we going to the Super Bowl. That was Jimmy Johnson. That's how I view this thing. If we can just be healthy. That's a story of a different day. I believe that these guys, if they stick together and stay together, Gregory, Parsons, Law, man, all we need now is that big boy inside, Jordan Davis. Jay says, glad to see Connor Williams gone, right? Somebody said quit. All right, hold on. Somebody said no on Jordan Davis. Who do you want? Who do you want? And Dak Prescott got a no trade clause. Oh, wow. In his contract. I forgot all about that. Obviously, let's see. I think we need some more veteran guys. Yep. I know what I can do. I know I can circumvent this. Bam. Here we go. Appreciate you guys for jumping in. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this episode. I can't do it that way either. Got to go this way. Jordan Davis disappeared in big games and appeared to be on the field for like 4 snaps. This is from Jay Lay. Laugh out loud. Jason. Let's do this. Who do you want to anchor that interior? And when you're talking about big boys inside, are you saying that you want them to play 3 downs as the one tech? You really want them to play all 3 downs or all 4 downs? That's what you're looking for. That's how you value your one tech. I'm going to read y'all comments because and then people putting the question marks disappearing because that's what the Full Ladder Network would say. You know, if they want to throw a shade or a jade at Jordan Davis, they would literally say, hey, man, he's only a 2-down guy. He disappeared in big games. That sounds like that type of conversation, right? But when I look at Vita Vea tape, I don't see Vita Vea playing all 3 downs. I see Vita Vea coming in on 1st and 2nd downs. I see that big plug in the middle helping out everyone else. When I look at one text down in the trenches, it's never a sexy pickup. It's not. It's not a situation outside of Aaron Donald. And he's not that big one tech guy. He's an all tech guy. If they looked at Aaron Donald and said, you know what, if he went to the wrong system and went to the wrong coach and said, you know what, we want you to only play on the edge, I'm quite sure he would have still been dominant. He would have still been a dominant guy. They could have literally looked at Aaron Donald and said, hey, man, we only want you to play the one technique. He probably would have still been a dominant guy. Seals, appreciate you for the donation there. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you, Seals. DJ Jones would be a good pickup. Yep, you're right. Here we go right here. Appreciate you.
Zeke had great initial success for one main reason: give him back a FB. Remember Keith Smith number 41? His production dropped when he left. Bring back FB.
That's a good read there, Seals. But my thing is, before I pivot to talk about your conversation, and I really appreciate that, Cowboys, Russell Maryland, to this day, if I poll majority of the young Cowboy fans, they would never know that he played for the Cowboys in the 90s. They would probably never know who Jim Jeffcoat is, Tony Tolbert. But they know who Charles Haley is. They know who Ken Norton is, right? They know who Deion Sanders was, right? But Deion Sanders came on the latter end of it. But those first two, he wasn't there, right? So if we start naming some of the other DBs that we had on that particular team, or some of the guys, especially the trench guys, they won't know who he is. They wouldn't know the value of a Russell Maryland. They would say, you know what, the Cowboys defense was just dominant. Big Cat, Leon Lett, and these boys, right? But you need that person to push things back. Yeah, Greg Berry. See, you and I are on the same page with Jim Jeffcoat. Somebody said, my guy says, Matt says a different league. According to where? You know, the only time this league got really crazy differently was the Greatest Show on Turf. They hit everybody by the element of surprise. The fastest team, the Greatest Show on Turf, you couldn't stop them. And then all of a sudden, they had that one little spark, and then all of a sudden, defense came back into the picture. If you go back and you watch the teams that won the Super Bowl, it was the team that played sound defense and got back to running the ball. Even if we look at, and I don't even want to have to talk about this past Super Bowl, that a quarterback threw 2 interceptions. But one of their key elements in that game was running the ball. One of the key pickups for the Rams, Odell Beckham was good, but they went back. They running back went down. The first thing they did was picked up Sony Michel. The first playoff game that they won, they rushed the ball for over 25 times, 30 times in that game. First playoff game for the Rams. And the previous year, and even if you think about even Joe Burrows, as porous as their offensive line was, they still had north of 1,300 yards rushing with Joe Cool mixing. And if you go back to the previous team that won Super Bowls, majority of their situation was for the fact that they had a running back scheme. People go all the way back to 2000 and I believe 17 when the doggone Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. It wasn't fly, Eagles, fly. It was run, Eagles, run. Good team that can play some good defense and run the rock, control the clock. It's how you win. It's how you win. Tom Brady mastered that. Of picking up guys that's not afraid to run the ball. Look, LeGarrette Blount, how many Super Bowl rings Blount got? He was running the ball for the Eagles. He also ran it for the Patriots. I said, man, that Blount right there, man, we need to hit that one. We didn't want to hit that Blount. Run the ball. But they look, the Seattle Seahawks would have had 2 Super Bowl rings if all they had to do is go back to the old philosophy of putting the ball in the belly of the running back. But they tried to be political with it, and they tried it. They tried to let Russell win the game with his arm. Why? Because Marshawn Lynch talked too much. They couldn't give the power to him. I literally seen like the 2 Super Bowls that John Elway, John Elway get all the credit. TD is just the afterthought. And that defense was just the afterthought. Those 3 early Super Bowls that the Patriots won, for them picking up Corey Dillon, Lawrence Maroney, and all of those boys, Kelvin Falk, they was running the ball, playing good defense. But those guys are gone. The year the Cowboys had their best season, collectively speaking, in 2014, had nothing to do with Tony Romo's arm. He only threw the ball for 300 yards one time in that entire season. Right now, y'all crucified it, man. Any of these quarterbacks. Hey, man, he only threw the ball for 300 yards one time. If he did that his entire career, we had a good record that year, but we ran the ball. I can go on. I can do this for hours. Like that girl singing that song, I can do this for hours. Come on. All right, let me see. It's 11 o'clock now. Man, I'm supposed to have been off this thing. Let me go over here. Run the ball, Cowboy Nation. Run the ball. Play some good defense. Oh, we 30-0 when we run that ball. Run the ball. Play some good defense, Cowboys. Let me see if they got any more news on this dude, man. Don't get into the match. They haven't talked any more news on Jaron Kearse, so I guess his agent might have gotten it, and they are slow to release that information. Let me see if Adam or Ian Rappaport got it. Let me see. Adam Scheffner. I'm looking. Nobody's reporting on it. Last news for the Cowboys with Connor Williams. That's all I heard. Let me check my other resources over here. Sometimes the station have it. Hold on. Y'all bear with me. Let me see what they got here. Y'all bear with me. Appreciate your patience with this, Cowboy Nation.
And I know a lot of Cowboy players, Cowboy fans are, they look at DeMarcus and they're like, he doesn't get any sacks anymore. But he's winning. If you look at his, metrics, he's winning all his pass rush matchups. He's got a ton of pressures. How do teams weigh sacks nowadays versus, some of these advanced stats that show that he is getting pressure on the quarterback without getting the actual sack?
Yeah, I think it's really easy. Brian McIntyre is our analytics director here at GSE. He's been with me 11 years. There's some things that we do, which is called EPA, which is expected points allowed and expected points not allowed, disallowed. And DeMarcus, when he's on the field, the Dallas Cowboys defense is significantly better. It's almost dramatic. It's probably, I think, 2.5 yards when we did his analytics package for him this year. And really, you just put on the tape, right? Unfortunately for DeMarcus, he had a freak injury. It's the first week of the NFL season. Just coincidentally, totally randomly, I guess it's not random because Tom Brady came out of his retirement for 15 minutes. But last night, after the free agency kind of window started to die down, I was eating dinner around 10:30 at night, and they had on the Cowboys-Buccaneers game. I'm sorry, the Cowboys did lose that game. But you watched DeMarcus Lawrence on national television against a very, very good offensive line, against the defending Super Bowl champions, and my God, he was dominant for 60 minutes. Dominant. And I mean this when I say this. I'm not saying it's because I'm his agent. We were like, holy moly, he's going to have 20 sacks this year. It was mind-blowing how dominant he was and how good he was. And you wonder, and obviously we're going to get to see, healthy Tank and a healthy Micah and some other pieces of the puzzle that I'm sure the organization will add. How excited is Dan Quinn, man? I was talking to DQ last night, and he was super instrumental in this. We have a great relationship, and I have a ton of love for him, and I can't wait for him to be a head coach again. I know Cowboys fans don't want to hear that, but I absolutely love the guy. And I think he's a rock star, and I've had a bunch of players with him in Atlanta.
Hey, before we play the rest of this audio, one thing that I got to say this right now. I'm a big energy guy, right? And the vibes and the energy that we get from Dan Quinn, we just don't hear that. We just don't hear that from Mike McCarthy, and I'm treading lightly, Cowboy Nation. We don't. We don't hear people say, man, the energy that Mike McCarthy brings to the table, it's just contagious. Makes you want to run through a wall. Makes you want to play for the man. But I'm hearing this. This is from DeMarcus Lawrence rep agent, David Cantor. Guys, get what I'm saying? Jones family, they say there's no salary cap as it relates to coaching, and I know people said that, hey, Dan Quinn really wanted that Denver job, and he got lost out on that job, right? And it had nothing to do with the Cowboys wanting to keep him. But, man, sometimes favor don't fall twice your way, Cowboys. And when you listen to the way Dan Quinn speak, he's assertive with his message. He is. JR24, appreciate
In 2014, when Cowboys led top, can you imagine if they kept D. Ware with rookie D. Law? That GB gamed Ware would have made a difference.
Oh, yeah. JR214, man, you spitting at me, man. That's good. You're right. If we were to keep that guy, D. Ware. And D-Law. Oh, my gosh, man. It's just been too much like right. JR.
Just sign Kurse and Wagner and we ready on D, flexed bicep.
No doubt, no doubt. No doubt.
And in that horrible situation there, when they lost that 28-3 Super Bowl. But to be frankly honest with you, I think that it's just going to be super fantastic. It's going to be unbelievable. And I can't wait to come to AT&T Stadium to watch that defense just dominate, because I think they're going to be really, really special.
The agent for DeMarcus Lawrence, David Cantor, here on Sean and RJ on the Diamond Factory hotline. Is the salary cap real?
Oh, my God, yeah. That's the question we want to know. Come on, Cantor. Say
no. Not at all. No.
Hold on, let me rewind.
Marcus Lawrence, David Cantor, here on Sean and RJ on the Diamond Factory hotline. Is the salary cap real?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I've been right all of these years. Oh my gosh. Now there's some other breaking news that I just got to my message here. Not so fast. Hold your horses, turn your radio down, turn your radio down. It is also reported that these Denver Broncos are still in love with the Dallas Cowboys players. Michael Gelkin says not so fast on the Cowboys re-signing defensive end Randy Gregory. A text from the Broncos sources moments ago. We got Randy. Cowboys are still working through the situation. There's still an uncertainty on Gregory decision. Sources said, but the Broncos very clearly in the mix. If not, the deciding winner is already. Okay, so man, my goodness, this is pretty much total pandemonium. Right when I was about to say, you know what, I'm getting tired, Cowboy Nation, let me go ahead and relax myself. The Denver Broncos, they are in love with Cowboy players, by the way. You know, look what they did for Ron Leary, right? They tried to go grab some of the Cowboy players, and I believe it was a year one time that the Cowboys beat the Denver Broncos and something, but it's a story of a different day. And didn't the Denver Broncos long time ago took the quarterback that used to play for the Cowboys? That's a story of a different day as well. Way back in the ages of days there. So this is a great, crazy pivot of turn of events. I'm sitting here talking about the end games. I'm talking about, the Cowboys' decision with the front. And now we can probably get outpriced. Let me see how much money. Broncos got $23 million. Cowboys got 28. And down there in Colorado, you can
smoke weed every day.
I mean, Colorado is one of those places where you can just roll one and say, officer, you want some too? Texas, we still kind of got a stronghold on it. But that's a story of a different day that had nothing to do with this. Oh my gosh. Now let me see what Ed, somebody said Ed Water. Go get Chandler Jones. Okay. If we get Chandler Jones, then, if he come for a good price, then I wouldn't be mad at that. I definitely would not be mad at Chandler Jones in this on his defense. Oh, no. Come on, Ed. No way, Ed. No, Ed. No way. No way, Ed. No, Ed. No, Ed, you're lying, Ed. Sources says Randy Gregory has decided to sign with the Broncos. You lying. Somebody put out bull sugar. Let me put out bull sugar, man. Bull sugar. Oh. Can I take back what all I've been talking about? How long I've been live? For about an hour, right? I got to take back all I said for an hour. Somebody right now, if this is true, if somebody right now that's a big fan of the Denver Broncos watching Law Nation, they probably like, they've been eating popcorn the whole time watching this dude with the beard, talking about the end, the end game, what we gonna do with the edges now, Oh my gosh, man. It's not true. It's not true. It can't be true, right? It's my fault, man. The truth, it's my fault, man. Oh my gosh, man. This has got to be my fault, man. For me playing.
Smoke weed every day.
And they've been talking about.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Y'all done bust my bubble, man. Somebody, Cedric Taylor said he can't be replaced. I put bullshit, girl. All right, let's see. All right. Let me see if anybody else see my old trustful, faithful people. I'm showing y'all who all I trust in this news. I trust Michael Gallup. Gelkin, I'm saying Gallup. I'm saying Gelkin. John Machota. Let me see what he's saying. Let me see what John Machota's saying. Come on, John. Pull up John Machota. All right. He haven't said anything in 47 minutes. Who else I could trust for us newsworthy? Gregory is staying in Dallas. Law. What is it? God dog it. No, I could Twitter. What Randy saying? What he saying then? Because if this is true, so this is 1 hour ago. Patrick Walker with no C. Let me see what Adam Schefter's saying. More about Falcons interested in Deshaun Watson. 11 minutes ago, Malik Collins is signing back with the Texans. Shout out to Malik Collins, man. 4-time Walter Payton Man of the Year. Arthur Blank. Ain't nobody picking a man. I think that they just trying to take our shine, Cowboy Nation. I think that there's a lot of fake news out there, man. What we got? Anybody mention me and I'll read it out, man, if you guys feel that this stuff is all froggy. Yeah. And shout out to you, Sally Lawyer. And she just put this out there. Randy Gregory will resign. Shout out to you, Sally. Man, I don't know.
No. It's a very maneuverable instrument, but it is a absolute 100% detriment to the players. It is hidden behind. So here's the thing that fans don't see and that agents don't really ever get to know the official number. But owners every year do a budget, and they give their GM and their contract negotiator what's called a cash spend. It's their cash budget. That is the immovable object. So you're factoring how much cash do we have to spend on our 7, 10, 12 rookies? How much cash can we spend at guard, at tackle, at center, at left backup, at right backup, at defensive end, at defensive tackle, wide receiver, corner, etc. And then your cash budget, which is the actual money that will go out for the 2022 season. There are plenty of owners that pull back. I met with the GM and his entire staff this year in Indianapolis during, our
David Cantor gonna fool around and get missing over here, man. SI Sports said that Gregory will be at Dallas. Okay. So SI, shout out to SI Sports Illustrated. They pretty good. But I like to stick to Michael Gelkin and John Machota. I don't like, this is what I don't like, and there's no shade or at Cowboy Sports Illustrated. I don't like funnel. I don't like funnel news stations like ESPN, sources, and all that stuff. I like a person like a Calvin Watkins or somebody or John Machota or Gelkin, because they don't really flood the information. If it's there, Joey Epstein, she's pretty good too, but I don't like the flood like people that report on every single doggone, the dog barked at the Star in Frisco, the gnat farted, at the Star in Frisco. I don't like to hear all of that. I want to be able to see just this report without all of the fugazi stuff. Let's see. All right. Now Randy Gregory is not signing with Dallas and is now heading to Denver. Can't say I've ever seen anything like this before involving the Cowboys. So that's what we get from John Machota. You know, just stick to the source right here. I don't know, man. Let me just listen to the rest of this, man. David Cantor's talking some good stuff.
etc. And then your cash budget, which is the actual money that will go out for the 2022 season. There are plenty of owners that pull back. I met with the GM and his entire staff this year in Indianapolis during, our not tamper window. And they were like, listen, we got big problems. They were like, we're going to make a trade for a major position, and they did. They're like removing a player. And our owner came in and slashed our cash budget by 30%. And to be honest with you, the fans never get to see that, because if they did, they might want to ask for the ticket prices to be slashed 30%.
Right. And
they probably realize that the win total likely gets slashed 30%, right? It's really hard to win in this league if you're just pinching pennies. You know, the Bengals are the rare exception, right? Mike Brown, they got lightning in a bottle for a 4-game stretch last year. They were one series away from being the Super Bowl champions, and the Bengals historically don't do the deals that you're seeing out there. They do 1 year of fully guaranteed money, and then the rest is pay as you play and play as you pay. And to be honest with you, it's a broken, antiquated model for an ownership group that is broken and antiquated.
Man, David Cantor going to fool around and come up missing. He spoke so much truth, it's going to go over so many people's head. He talked about the Cincinnati Bengals and what they used to do, right, with their money and how they sign players. But what he's leaving out is this right here. That owner relinquished his power to his daughter, and they had a whole different philosophy. So those 1-year rentals, those cash dump players or what have you, they didn't do that. Unbelievable. But let's listen to more what this dude had. Let me rewind so you guys can understand.
They get slashed 30% moving a player, and our owner came in and slashed our cash budget by 30%. And to be honest with you, the fans never get to see that, because if they did, they might want to ask for the ticket prices to be slashed 30%.
Right.
And they probably realize that the win total likely gets slashed 30%, right? It's really hard to win in this league if you're just pinching pennies. You know, the Bengals are the rare exception, right? Mike Brown, they got lightning in a bottle for a 4-game stretch last year. They were one series away from being the Super Bowl champions. And the Bengals historically don't do the deals that you're seeing out there. They do 1 year of fully guaranteed money, and then the rest is pay as you play and play as you pay. And to be honest with you, it's a broken, antiquated model for an ownership group that is broken and antiquated. But they got Joe Burrow, they got great players around Joe Burrow, and they got really hot at the right time of the year where you just got to catch a nice streak and you could ride it all the way to a Super Bowl trophy, and they almost did. I mean, I was in the game. I represent one of the captains of the team, Von Bell. I represent coaches on the defensive staff. It was amazing. Obviously, it was horrifying for my Rams guys, and then it all flipped. It all flipped in a matter of seconds. But no, the salary cap is a movable object. The teams use it to hide behind.
David Cantor, boy, you're going to get in all type of trouble, man, talking about this stuff, man. It's going to be a situation where he's going to show up missing, man. But we do like the truth.
What the truth? You can't handle the truth.
All right, so basically, from what I'm trying to piece together with this report of now that Randy Gregory is in play with Broncos, is he had 2 deals on the table. And the language for the Cowboys on how they like to protect themselves, he just didn't like it, basically, the contract language. And so he's headed to Denver. And one thing that I can tell you, I hate to bring this up. I do hate to bring this up, Cowboy Nation. I hate to bring this up. Is that this is what my guy Sip the Truth said.
We did coop wrong, so this is karma for the Jones. Man face bombing, man face bombing, man face bombing.
Appreciate you, Jay Versick.
I tagged you, Law.
Appreciate you, Jay Versick. And we coming up with the same thoughts, Dallas. Appreciate you, Dallas.
What's up, Law? Have you heard anything about Wagner?
Haven't heard anything about Wagner yet. But here's the truth of it. When my guy sipped the truth and he's spitting the truth, said that this is karma.
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
I thought that Gregory and I outspoke my wisdom tooth. I thought that Gregory would retire a Cowboy. But if it's a 5-year contract with the Denver Broncos, and I guarantee you the guaranteed money will be more than $28 million. In the language of the way they have those voidable years at the end of the contract, it's a good deal on paper. When we look at it, and I was saying that like, hey, I'm just moonwalking back just a little bit, that when the Cowboys are able to look at this thing and say, on paper, let me see what David Moore tweeted out. Y'all hold on. Hold the horses right quick. I got another news right here. Hold on. On paper, it looked good, $70 million. But the guaranteed money is where you need to really pay close attention to. Y'all bear with me. He's tweeted something out. All right, so David Moore, he got a great point. The Cowboys should take the money that they dedicated to Randy Gregory, sweeten it if necessarily, and go after Von Miller and Bobby Wagner right now. Strike while the iron is hot. You know, I agree with David Moore, but let me tell you guys right quick, let me get this point out. A lot of times we can look at a situation and say, yeah, this is good for the Cowboys and player, but the player already know, I'm not looking at the moment now. I'm looking at how you treated the previous player, how you leak things out to buffer the decisions. And I'm just on a speculation right now. You know, this is no truth attached to it, but he may be looking at it like I've seen how that thing all boiled down with Amari Cooper, with the voidable years at the end of the contract, and end up shipping this guy off to the Cleveland Browns. I don't want to be that guy. I'm going to go where I know for sure within the language of the contract that is reasonable for me, fair and reasonable for me. Because one thing that the owners know how to do, and David Cantor is just speaking about this, they know how to shield themselves. They know how to make themselves look good. And they use the salary cap as a stronghold to the players and the fan base. And they say, well, we got to stay under the $208 million. Think about it. We talking about billionaires. 32 billionaires. $208 million is only spitting in the wind and saying that this going to feel like a forecast of a rain. Let that sink in. Of what they make annually. The Jones family make annually over $1 billion. 208 salary cap is not even a quarter of what they're making. Not even a quarter of $1 billion what they're making. On top of that, Cowboy Nation, before we go into the details of where they got to pay this, they got to pay this and pay that, far as the stadiums that's been built, they circumvented. The state pay for that, plus they get subsidies from the government, kickbacks, so that everything can be tax deductible and tax free. That's why they operate and perform their business on a nonprofit. This is the greatest hustle of all time. So you're going to make $1 billion. You're going to cap your team to $208 million. You're going to put the contracts out that it appears that everybody's making crazy hands over fists. The Uncle Sam get 33 1/3% from those players, right? The agent tax on 10% or more, give or take, and whatever other sponsorship deals that they have. And the players, it may appear that their salary, let's say, for example, J-Ron Curse, people may think that that's a real wealthy, rich guy. But through his course of his career, he never got a contract more than $2 million. And $2 million to the average man may sound like a lot, but after you pay 33 1/3% to Uncle Sam, which he will have his hand out, plus 10% in royalty fees to your agent, he ain't making that much money. And then having to pick up his family and move here to this city, to that city, is not a lot of money. Overstretched out maybe over a 10-year span. Because average lifespan of a player is 4 years. So I don't blame J. Ron Curse. Hey man, I need a big check to come through right about now. Randy just showed his true color, definitely a snake. You know, landlord, no. Randy's just trying to think about, man. Now, Randy do owe the Jones a little favor here, right? He could have said, the difference, if it's a difference of $10 to $15 million, on all of that stuff I just said, it wouldn't have been possible. It wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the Jones family. And I can see how you guys can look at that, right? But from the perspective of Randy and his family, he said, man, I've never been arrested. He took the same contract? Let me look again. Was it the same guarantees? It could have been the escape clause on the end of it, though. I don't know, man. We can go into the draft and we can still go and draft an edge rusher or pick up like David Moore says. In Texas, there's no state taxes. Don't mean a hill of beans. In Mississippi, you pay state taxes. But in Texas, you pay a higher percentage rate of property taxes, ISDs, which is independent school districts, and that's a whole lot more. I'm living in Texas. I said, give me the state taxes. I'll take the state taxes right about now. My kid go to private school, and I'm still got to pay for ISDs, which is north of $5,000 to $6,000 a year. And on top of that, I'm not finna yell out my property taxes, but man, that thing is high. Texas tax law, they're gonna figure out a way to still tax you. It's high. No income, there's no income taxes. Federally, you still got to pay federal income tax. Tax law is crazy. And on top of that, the sale taxes, if you stay in the area of Frisco or anywhere around Arlington, you paying double. It's insane, but people will say, hey, man, come over to Texas. Parsons tweeted out a couple of days ago, man, I just got my legacy tax bill to come in. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, they call it taxes. It's not Texas. They would tax you. Now, of course, once you're over 65, you don't have to pay property taxes, and that's the loophole, right? If you're a young person, you get the property in your great grandfather's name. Maybe that'll help you out. Just don't get caught. Law never told you that. Don't want to have my brothers in the agency. The IRS open up, But you can't, look. People that use taxes as a reason why to live in Texas or Florida, or I believe what's another state? I think Tennessee. They never lived there, When you start using like, hey man, live there, purchase a home, watch watch those taxes that you pay. Unless you got shell corporations and other companies, and I'm not finna outspeak my wisdom teeth on it, but it is what it is. So let me check out what the news that people are saying that it's the same contract. Let me see if it's the same contract. No, who said it was the same contract, though? Who got the report of that? Can y'all tweet it to me? Who got the same contract? Was it Todd Archer? Shout out to Todd Archer. Let me see. Appreciate you, Sally. Let me see. Let me pull up Todd Archer. Well, this one's strange. All right. He's still talking about Miami. Y'all tweet me of who said it's the same contract. Yeah. Better QB in Denver, better coaches. Come on, man. Good boy, Coach. Man, appreciate you, man. They don't have better coaching. They don't have better defensive coach over there in Denver. You know? All right, so, Tom, let me see. Shout out to you, Mayor, man. Let me see. No. Let me see. Let me check out his tweet. All right, so, yeah, it was Mike. It was Mike over here, okay. Same deal for Randy Gregory with the Broncos. He has signed with the Cowboys. Sources say 5 years, $70 million. I want to know the details. I want to know what the guaranteed money is. I don't care about the $70 million. I want to know the guarantee.
The teams use it to get cheaper or younger or go draft, or they use it to get wiser and older and maybe more expensive. But you can always maneuver the salary cap. You can always restructure contracts. You can always sort of do the New Orleans Saints model, which is, hey, we got lucky with an onside kick, and everybody in the world thinks Sean Payton's a genius now, and let's just kick the can down the road for another 10 or 15 years on the salary cap, and then maybe one day we'll end up having to pay for it. And, oh, by the way, today's that day, right? Sean bailed on his team and is going to go talk on television and make a ton more money than he's already made, and everybody will still call him a genius for one onside kick of a Super Bowl when he had probably one of the best rosters in football for 10 years and didn't really win any other Super Bowls.
Woo, this David Cantor. I see why D-Law talked the way he talked. God dog, David. Oh, my gosh, man. David. I knew David back in the day, slew Goliath, but man, you trying to stir up the pot, man. Triple D says Gregory is an intelligent guy. Yeah, he is. Boy, David Cantor, man, this is look. 105.3 The Fan got a good platform, man, to get these guys on their shows. Illmatic, let's go.
Randy Gregory is super smart. He just likes weed. He sees how our team treated his teammates. He's no dummy. Congrats to him if he got paid.
Man, you ain't lying.
Bro, I know this a business, but with everything the Cowboys did and put in to resurrect his career, he owe them loyalty and shouldn't never think to leave.
Yeah, but appreciate you, Jesse Watt, and appreciate you, Illmatic. Those two things there. It's about the bag, though, man. Because I can literally see. Lord, there's no loyalty in football, right? But my thing is, if I'm the owner, I'm gonna present to you that I am loyal to you, right? And let me give you guys an analogy. If you have a pet spider, let's say you have a pet spider, you feed it every day, you make sure that it's eating its food, right? It's a black widow spider. You just want to collect spiders. But if you reach in there wrong, no matter how much time or how many times you put crickets or food in there for that spider, it's going to bite you. That's the nature of the spider. And these owners have that spider mentality. We cast this web. It's a pretty sight. You, the player, coming out of college, never made this amount of money. Never made this opportunity to become wealthy. But these players, at the end of the day, are not wealthy. They are rich. The owner is wealthy. Why? Because Jerry can be long and gone away from this plane. His son is going to get that wealth. Stephen Jones can leave this earth too. His son or his nephew or somebody else is going to get this wealth. And riches is just like this. One of these players, if they've set themselves up for their own business to have that remuneration to come in on a consistent basis, yes, that's cool. But not all players think that way. That's why you see players trying now to put the toothpaste back in the tube and have podcasts and do other things to extend their wealth. But some of these players are pretty much knocking at the door saying that, hey, man, can I get a job to work here and work there? And their merits will not fall upon their offsprings. Their offspring, their kids going to have to work and get up there and join the NFL or NBA or become a graduate from certain schools or what have you to make their own money. But the sweat equity for what Jerry Jones did, Spalding Jones, or I think he got a son named Spalding or somebody, that could be off. Don't have to do that. All he had to do is wake up and say, in the year 2083, I will be the owner of the Cowboys. And I would be, the salary cap by that time would be 2083. Salary cap would probably be $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to make it to the NFL. He don't have to go work and graduate top class of Arkansas or whatever school he want to go to. He's going to eventually own the team. Oh, my God, he just had to sit back. Chandler Jones, Chargers would be the first. Chargers is the best team in AFC. Randy is replacing Von Miller. He's not Von Miller, though. I feel you. Them girls got played. Leave us alone, C-Row. Oh, my gosh. So it is what it is, man. Byram, what's good, man? Thank you. K-Mac, appreciate you for the donation, too.
Randy has never played a full season and in 6 years only has 16.5 sacks. He was overpaid. Look at his stats. Love you, Law.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the donation. You're right, man. Randy Gregory have never played a full season like that, and it is what it is. Byram says, shout out to you for the donation, Byram Joe, as well. He says he's going where it's free. Shout out to you, AJ Boomer. Thank you for becoming a member for 5 months.
Randy gone where the weed is legal.
No doubt. Oh, my gosh, man. K-Mac with the donation. Again. Oh, my bad.
Randy has never played a full season and in 6 years only has 16.5 sacks. He was overpaid. Look at his stats. Love you, Law.
Appreciate you again. Thank you for the donation there. And Sip the Truth, appreciate you. I'm sipping the truth right now, by the way.
I said last night Stephen Jones is going to be the reason why we never make it back to the Super Bowl. Stephen didn't want to pay Emmett or Dion years ago.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Oh, man. Let me listen to more of this heat, man, from David Cantor.
Sean bailed on his team and is going to go talk on television and make a ton more money than he's already made, and everybody will still call him a genius for one onside kick of a Super Bowl when he had probably one of the best rosters in football for 10 years and didn't really win any other Super Bowls. As you can tell, I'm not a big Sean Payton.
Yeah, he's supposed to be our next coach here after the Cowboys, you give Mike McCarthy this roster. Well, I mean, the last thing, the reason we were asking about the cap is this isn't, we've been doing this for 11 years with the Cowboys flagship. We have Jerry and McCarthy on. This is very un-Jerry-like to not be in win now
So cheap,
mode
yeah.
with Amari gone, and then you're gonna let Tank go. We were all scared. Then La'el Collins, is he gonna go? And I'm sure you analyze a team's direction when you're preparing for negotiations. What does the Cowboys plan, or what did it appear like to you, David, this offseason?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Cowboys, I spent a lot of time with Will. I think we have a very good relationship, and I would say, I hope friendship. And I spent a lot of time with Todd, who I love. I don't think anybody should be worried on Tuesday, March 15th. Tomorrow is free agency, not today. This is the dumb money, as we all know. Around the league, this is the dumb money. And this is when guys get cut, and this is when deals get restructured, and this is when sometimes the can does get kicked down the road. But to be totally sincere with you, I believe really strongly in the Cowboys' plan. I mean, listen, you were at the game against the 49ers last year, right?
Yeah.
One drive goes their way, and they're winning. And then who knows what's happening, right? So it's not like this isn't a team that's close. It's not like this isn't an organization that has had some history of winning and putting together playoff teams, right?
Right.
I mean, I was at the Packers debacle when Jared Cook caught that pass, and, still to this day, I think it's probably the hardest loss I've ever been a part of, for a player.
Right.
I'm still sick just talking about it. I mean, the throw, the pass, the loss.
Why
I
you
mean,
had to
it's
remind us?
unbelievably heartbreaking. But at the end of the day, they're in the hunt, right? And so
Yeah.
I think that you should be confident in the organization. I think you should be really confident in their ability to draft really good players, right? Last year, remember this time last year, every person in the world was like, the Cowboys got to get a corner, the Cowboys need another corner, and then the first two corners off the board go 8 and 9, and they're like, oh my God, Micah Parsons was an afterthought draft pick. I remember reading that.
Yeah.
I remember reading the
Boy, David Cantor need him he need him a podcast show. This dude is on fire.
stupid grades on it. It's like, no, these men do this for a living, right? Oh, by the way, is there anybody that would rather have Pat Surtain or I can't remember the other corner, and I represented one that got drafted by Asante Samuel Jr. Oh, J.C.
Horn.
J.C.
Is there anybody that's a Cowboys fan that would rather have either of those guys than Micah Parsons?
No.
He got me, man, because y'all know I J.C. Horn guy, man. You know, this dude is on fire, baby. Dak got a no-trade clause, Ricardo.
No, right? So I think that this is a horrible cliche to say, but really trust the process. Like, the Cowboys are not a far football team from being a Super Bowl winner. Like, not just a Super Bowl contender, a Super Bowl winner. There are ridiculously good superstar football players that are on the market that are still going to get deals, and that are more that are about to get released and more that are about to not get tendered or get restructured and get released by 4 o'clock tomorrow. So this is a 2 or 3 month process. This isn't, hey, day one, oh my God, look what Jacksonville did. Oh my God, the Dolphins signed our 4th wide receiver, Cedric Wilson. We're crazy. We're going to lose the Super Bowl. Oh my God, we traded a bad contract with Amari Cooper, whose production and productivity didn't equal his value, and there wasn't a way to redo it, and we just got a draft pick. No. You can't do that. You can't jump off the bridge and jump off the ledge day one of the tampering window. You have to look at this as a totality, and really you can't really know what this team is going to be until probably the first week of May, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be a massive shift at the linebacker. I represent Francis Bernard. He's not going to get the exclusive rights free agent tender. So you're going to now need to go in and replace a core special teams guy and a linebacker guy. I imagine the Cowboys are very much like a lot of the teams around the league. They want to get younger and faster at the linebacker positions, right? So you're looking for teams that are going to, like the trade that just went down with the Patriots. You know, they're looking for Mack to now go become the starting Mike backer, and, you know, Chase Winovich kind of got pushed out of the door, and it'll be kind of a rush outside backer in the Brown system. There's just so many moves and so much maneuverability, and I mean this when I say this. Like, I don't know the Cowboys' plan. It's not like they call me and they go, hey, David, thank you for doing DeMarcus's deal. Oh, by the way, here's the next 6 deals we're going to do. But I assume it involves a couple more edge guys.
Ooh, that was the end of that, man. I can listen to David Cantor, man. Oh, man, this dude got fired. I need to just find if he got anything that he talking on. I would love to know, you know, because this dude right here, he brought the heat. he wasn't like some people kind of shy of their mouth, especially talking about some billionaires that you're gonna have to work with. And it's straight up real, because this is the thing that really hit me just a few seconds ago. He know how to put those billionaires in check. He know how to really look at those billionaires and say, hey, I represent, this is my client, and I go to war. I go to war for my client. David Cantor is my favorite now, just by hearing him speak. He's one of my favorite agents out there, man. So my little nephew, I'm going to say, hey, man, reach out to David Cantor, man. I'm going to see if he can get signed under David Cantor. That wasn't Drew Rosenhaus type of talk right there. Click that link right there, and that way you can listen to the full audio without me pausing and rewinding. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan. Listen to that full audio without me pausing and rewinding so you guys can get the full heat. This dude didn't pull back no punches. He called it what it is. He said the salary cap mess is fake. Oh, by the way, people want to pump up and push up and elevate a certain coach, and this is what the coach did in the game. He did an onside kick, and people want to give him the keys to their franchise. He literally didn't backpedal, and he gave it the truth. So, man, God dog, this dude, favorite. Yeah, Jordan Bonner says, man, no, he can't be your favorite. But, yeah, he's speaking, the truth over there. And you listen, if you ever listen to Drew Rosenhaus, he don't speak like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. We're going to read the super chats. Appreciate y'all, man, at this point, at this time. Let me see if I can read them. It's new system, man. They didn't change it while it was in the middle of the race with me. Let's see here. We stopped with, let's go with Jake the Great. Appreciate you for your donation there.
Law, did we lose Randy Gregory?
We lost Randy, dog. Randy gone, man. Oh, my dog Randy gone, man. He's Illmatic. Illmatic says, why do players owe loyalty and teams don't? That's a good question.
Why do players owe loyalty and teams don't?
Here's why. Players owe loyalty. It's because there's no look. David Cantor really he really pointed the reason why. And y'all bear with me when I say this. The salary cap works because no one look at their owners as greedy. Nobody, when they go to the football game and they pay $55 for a hot dog in a Miller Lite, cup by this big, like a communion size, saying that, dog, man, I was hosed, man, because I spent $15 to $20 on some nachos and $55 on some doggone hot dog in a communion cup size beer. You know what I'm saying? Nobody say that, man, this owner is greedy. They enjoying it because it's entertaining, right? Nobody look at the annual report earnings of what the NFL is bringing in per team, right? But we do look at the annual report earnings alleged for the players. So, for example, people look at $70 million out of not D-Law, but the Randy Gregory contract and say, man, he's greedy if he wants 71, if he wants 78. That boy's greedy. But they don't look at the fact that this guy right here is getting 30% gone, plus they'll sell taxes and all of this. I meant to say you got to pay Uncle Sam 33 1/3% and all of this stuff. Nobody looking at that part of it. But they saying, man, this dude's a multimillionaire. He should take the discount. But the Jones family and all of the other owners are not. They're not saying that, hey, parking is free. They're not telling people entry will only be $30. No, they charging out of the woodworks. And they are painted as the good guys, and the players are painted as the bad people. But that's just how that goes, Matic. Appreciate you for your donation. All right, I'm going to try to read to all of these. This Darren.
I'm beyond frustrated now.
Shoot. Don't get too mad, man. something good about to happen. We finna go sign somebody, Chandler Jones, or we finna go sign a Von Miller. We finna do a cover-up sign for right now to save face. Or we finna go draft a guy that's going to make some moves in this particular season, heading into the 2022 season. Sip the truth. What you got?
I said last night Stephen Jones is going to be the reason why we never make it back to the Super Bowl. Stephen didn't want to pay Emmett or Deion years ago.
Stephen always been a penny pincher. And the more and more we see that, Stephen Jones have full control of this, more and more opportunities we're going to see less of big splashes. So that's why we hype when we do sign some of our guys, and that's why we hype when we do get a chance and an opportunity if we can get a Bobby. Not Carpenter, Wagner. But it is what it is. My guy right here, Michael Helton.
Rather had paid Hassan Reddick.
I feel you. Appreciate you, Matt. Thank you for the 100 stars. Thank you so much for that. Randy ran for the legalized weed. That's why Randy gone now, man. Y'all keep talking about weed and everything. Randy gone, man. OG says
Gregory about to buy $28 million worth of pot, smoking that Jerry Pack Lowell.
Smoking that Jerry Pack. OG Stone, man. Look. According to Randy Gregory, he don't smoke anymore. You know what I'm saying? But, since they legalized it in the NFL, hey, open up that dispensary, make some money over that thing. I would say in Denver, Denver got a lot of good things over there. And y'all heard last time we went to play Denver in Denver, I think my guy Ezekiel Elliott made first headline news because he walked into one of those shops. So it is what it is. Toby, what's good with you? Thank you for the donation here.
So we had an agreement. Stephen tried to change the deal and it pissed off Gregory and he went to Denver.
Oh, so Steve, let me see if I can. So, Toby, you said that we had the agreement, but Stephen tried to change it. I thought that, we had the agreement, but when you read through all of the fine lines of the contract and Randy looked at what happened with Amari Cooper and you saw what happened to the previous guys that played here that had some crazy circumstances happen to them on how they backed out of that contract. One can argue Jalen Smith could have said, hey, this is what they did to me, man. They cut me mid-season, man. I didn't fulfill my contract. I was trying to play, and they cut me mid-season. These boys talk to each other, man. They do.
Do we at least comp pick for Randy next year?
Landlord from Alabama. Oh, my goodness, that's a brilliant point. It will count for a comp pick if he balls out and play out, right? And I think that they'd make the justifications of comp pick of who we signed to. So they use all of that, like if we lose a player to free agency to another team and we picked up another player that was on free agent from another team, sometimes those contracts can cancel each other out, right? But it is what it is. I don't know. I definitely do not know how the comp picks really work. I just know that if a player balls out and depending on the degree of what they signed for, it elevates the comp pick from a fourth to a third or from a third to a fifth or however that thing goes. Landon Moore, appreciate you.
Let these folks know we got
Landon.
out of cap hell.
Yeah, let me repeat. Landon Moore, say that again.
Let these folks know we got out of cap hell.
All right, so, yeah, no such thing as cap hell. New Life says Gregory cost against the Cap will be either a third or a fourth compensation comp pick. Well, that seems as if though that could be the situation and scenario here. Jerry's not happy. We'll find out, Jay Lombardi. We will absolutely find out.
Oh, and I know a lot of Cowboy players, Cowboy fans are, they look at DeMarcus and they're like, he doesn't get any sacks anymore. But he's winning.
Yeah, so that's the interview earlier. All right, so let's see if they have any other news before we wrap this thing up, because I'm working all the way through my hunger pain over here. Brother got to go get something to eat. All right, so that's breaking according to sources. He's only 32, excited to continue. All right, so this should be our next punt kicker, right? he should be our next punt kicker. Hecker should be our next punt. Let me do this. I'm going to go ahead and follow him now. I'm going to go ahead and you guys do this too. I'm going to copy his Twitter page, and I want you guys to go and say, come on over to Dallas. Y'all go to his Twitter page and say, Johnny, come on over to Dallas. Let me see how to tweet on this thing. Okay, hold on. Do it like this. Where's that Twitter button at? Don't worry. Come over to Dallas. Y'all tweet him. Come on over to Dallas. Let's see if that works. All right, so he's good. He's a good punt kicker. And Von Miller, let's see what's going on with him. All right, well, here's an update on the edge rushing market. Shout out to you, Jake the Great. Shout out to you. Thank you for the donation there. Well, here are the edge rushers. Let's look up these edge rushers while we got a chance right now. Let's look up these edge rushers. Let's see what their grades were. We know he had 11 sacks last season. That's Chandler Jones. Let me see what Von Miller did. He had 9 sacks, 88 overall, 85.9 against the run. That was his. Let's see what we got over here. Man, what the hell? Here we go. All right, so Jason Pierre Paul. Let's see what Jason Pierre Paul did. 3 sacks. Man, he flunking all these other categories. Total pressures, 24, 3 hits, 18 hurries. He must have got injured or something, man. He had a non-spectacular year. Let's look at Darius Smith. Literally going through this thing. All right. 0 sacks, 75. No hits, no nothing. He was injured all last season, right? He should play for peanuts, huh? Let's go right here. Let's go to whoever this guy. Y'all know this dude right here? Sheena. Let's go. Let's look him up. Oh, Chargers guy. 5 sacks. 12 hits. 40 pressures. 2 forced fumbles. All right. These 2 guys too old. They're long too for. I ain't gonna look them up. Gregory is really gone, man. Stephen State penny pinching. Yeah, pinching pennies. You ain't lying. You are not lying at all. You telling the truth. And I want the truth. Let me get right here. Manual.
Are we gonna cry over a guy who has 16 career sacks in 5 years? Even with career highs in 5 years, we're looking at 30 sacks. Thoughtful face.
I think that people are only upset with Randy Gregory because of the possibility of what he can become. not for what he is or was in the past. So I feel what you're saying. Randy Gregory, one can argue what he did in the 49ers game, causing those penalties and getting all in upset with the way that the offensive tackle was moving his leg and everything. Got us. Yeah, so Manuel, at this point, you right, dog. You right. I can't get mad at it, man. But we should look into this thing and say, all right. We should look into this thing. Let's see. And say, all right, man, he gone. That's water on the bridge. Let me look up. Somebody said look up Jadeveon Clowney. Damn, he had 11 sacks last season. Total pressure 53. I can live with that. 10 hits. I can live with that. 32 hurries. I like that. Shoot. Y'all bear with me. Let me see what kind of money Clowney asking for. Even though I said the other day I don't know about Clowney. Let me see what we got over here. See what this Clowney is about. What is the market value? What are you looking for? Looking for a 4-year, $51 million. Who want Clowney? Or you rather have Chandler Jones? Which one y'all rather have, Clowney or Jones? You sent me on something on Twitter? Okay, I'm going to look it up right now, Toby. Appreciate you. Did you tag me, Toby? I don't see it. Send it to me again on Twitter, man. Send it to my Twitter page. 'Cause I know I got 2 Twitter pages, but but send it to my Twitter page, man. This is my Twitter page right here. Bam. Y'all bear with me. Who y'all rather have? Y'all rather have Clowney or Chandler Jones? That's my Twitter page right there. All right, let's see. My guy said he can't wait for the final word today. All right. I don't see it, Toby. Toby! Toby! Pass on Clowney, Chandler Jones. Okay, I feel y'all. Shout out to you, Jake the Great.
Law, I appreciate your positivity, persevering face, disappointed face, crying face, crying face.
Leave me alone, Jake the Great, but I appreciate you, man. Yeah, we're going to be positive, man. You know, appreciate you. I was going to say something else, but I'm glad I didn't come out. I'm glad it didn't come out. Shout out to you, London.
Hey, Law, who you like at the wide receiver position in the draft to wear that star next?
I like the Ohio State wide receiver, both of those guys. Yeah, I like Garrett and I like Chris. I do like Treylon Burks. I do like him because I'm looking at Treylon like, okay, he is the size of Noah Brown, right? He's about the size of Noah Brown, 6'2", 6'3"-ish. But he's faster, and I think he got a little bit more wiggle to him and better hands. And right now, Noah Brown is our number 2 wide receiver. Week 1, Noah Brown. It's CeeDee Lamb and Noah Brown. And, of course, we got Simi Fehoko. We don't know what he's going to look like. So, yeah, I mean, until the Cowboys make a move, I would like to see one of those fast, twitchy. I like Sky Moore. I think that he can take the top off the defense. He can be that inside guy that can get you some yak yards underneath after catch. I like him. I like the Calvin Austin, the one with the C, not the one with the K. Not the Notre Dame one, but, you know, either one of those wide receivers I would like for them to wear the silver and blue on, believe it or not. But this wide receiver draft class is heavy, and if I'm a betting man, they're gonna draft one of those guys. Just look at our roster. They didn't bring back Malik Turner. They are high on T.J. Vasher, right, money. But T.J. Vasher, we gotta at least see him in a preseason game. You know, he's a big, tall target, 6'6", and he's like a 4'4" guy, right? He's fast too. But we got to see him at least. And think about this. T.J. Vasher, out of all of the wide receivers that we had last season, he had the most touchdowns in college. People fail to realize that. 25 touchdowns is not something that everybody can do. So let's see what he looked like with the silver and blue on. Let's give T.J. Vasher a shot. But I need to see more of him, right? But I appreciate you, man, for the donation there. JD Sports Talk, appreciate you, man. And we're gonna really get into that too as soon as the AI pick that one up. Appreciate you, JD. AI, speak it for me.
Law Nation, Giants fan here. What position or aspect of the Cowboys is your biggest concern right now? And what player needs a do-or-die big season?
Oh my good, JD, good conversation swing right there. The player that need to have the biggest of the biggest season are two guys. I'm gonna say this again. Who's the most explosive player on this team? Who's the most explosive player on this team? Tony Pollard. The second most explosive player on this team on the offensive side, I meant to say, is CeeDee Lamb. Because the most explosive player is Parsons. Right. But I'm talking about the offense. So Tony Pollard and CeeDee Lamb, those guys need, N-E-E-D, have their best of the best years ever. Why? CeeDee Lamb is expected to go against number 1 DBs now. And everybody's going to look for him to be the cream that rise to the top. There's no more Amari Cooper, right? And right now, based upon where he's drafted at or what have you, he's going to be perceived to be the go-to guy, CeeDee Lamb. Tony Pollard is the other guy that need to have a great year for us. Why? This is a contract year for Tony Pollard, right? So the money is at stake. And if he can get things going, the Cowboys can then not put all of the onus or all of the pressure on Ezekiel Elliott, keep a two-back system so that they can preserve Ezekiel Elliott because he is not going anywhere. He's off his furniture. His contract states that all of his money is already guaranteed. One thing you can do to Ezekiel Elliott, if you don't like Ezekiel Elliott, and I think that Ezekiel Elliott is a casualty of the offensive coordinator, is cut him and eat the money like they did with Jalen Smith. And I would not let my foot off the Joneses if they do that. I would not. You think that my guy, Big Game James, is coming at the Jones family. You would see me coming at full force to the Jones family of how they operated and handled Ezekiel Elliott's contract. But the person that needs to have the best season possible, believe it or not, is CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard. Appreciate you for the donation there, JD. Black, what's good?
Did Gregory really ghost us for Denver?
He ghosted us for Denver, man. He needed no reply. Gregory, what's good? Thank you for the donation.
News is Steven messed with Randy contract last minute. Jerry is pissed, saw it on Big Game James page.
Oh, wow. Do y'all have the source for that? Who got the source for Jerry Jones messing over? And I like my guy Big Game James. That's my guy. We're gonna save that for the final word tonight. Wait a minute. What did Russell Wilson show you last year that made him better than Dak? Russ is coming off of the worst season ever in plus injury, and why would that matter? He plays defense. Wait a minute now. What? Better QB. Oh, okay. You talking to that dude? Okay. All right. Right. Reason why? Look, Russell Wilson. It should be the Dallas. Look, Denver Broncos should go to the Super Bowl. Based upon the people that's in my news feed, it should be the Denver Broncos versus Green Bay in the Super Bowl. Because for the last 3 or 4 years, everybody wanted Russell Wilson as their quarterback, and everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie wanted Aaron Rodgers to be their quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. So hands down, it should be the Denver Broncos versus the Green Bay Packers. And I will be looking and watching Russell Wilson's game tape vividly. I'll be watching everything. There should be zero excuses for Russ. There's nothing on Randy here. Cowboys tried to alter the deal at the last moment. This was about respect and transparency. Oh, wow. I appreciate you. So that's from Bobby Belt. Thank you, Robbie, man. Appreciate you, man. I'm going to have to do this and do that. Okay. Appreciate you, man. You're a real one, man. So that's what happened. Bobby Belt tweeted out that. That doggone Steven. No. Want you lean forward a little bit? Nah, I ain't going to tell Steven to do that. I don't want them to counsel me. But shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
That greedy is Stephen Jones, you greedy doggone rascal you. I ain't call him a bastard, because, he know who his daddy is. God doggone Stephen Jones, come on, man. Cowboys strike again. But he better hurry up and put some PC stuff out there. And you better go get Clowney because he had laughing. Is it Clowney or Chandler Jones? Paul Smith said, no, tell him to lean forward. Nah. I can't do that, but I'll tell him shame, man.
Shame.
Y'all fool right here, Law Nation canceled. Laws promoting violence. Jeez. Oh, my gosh, man. All right. Let me get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for jumping in. I thank you guys for watching and tuning in to this show. It's been longer than what I expected. We're going to be live a little later on tonight. The final word, we're going to be giving I will be giving you guys my thoughts on everything and how things went with the Cowboys. There will be more news. If any more breaking news happen, like we signing Bobby Wagner, not Carpenter, I would jump out here and I'll tell you guys. But I really appreciate you guys. If you can do me a huge favor, tell that like button to lean forward just a little bit. Tell the like button to lean forward right there. Yo. Y'all need to be slapping that like button. Slap that like button over here, man. Appreciate you, Big Abe 2900. Thank you for subscribing, man. Appreciate you guys. I really do, man. Let's go with it.
As much as we did for Gregory, he should be jumping to take a team-friendly deal.
Yeah, but respect is respect, man. And he probably said, man, I'm going to take this deal. And then the Jones got greedy and said, man, damn, he took that deal. Let's give him $50 million, $15 million guaranteed. Let's see what he say now. That could have been the situation there. Somebody says, wave Stephen Jones. Shout out to you, Miss Jackie. Thank you for texting me that, And shout out to you, AJ, Coach AJ. Thank you for the cash app, man. I really appreciate you. Dennis, Ryan, appreciate you guys on the Facebook. Henry, I'm going to try to give a shout out to most people, as much people as I can see right here. 28 million is disrespectful, question mark. That's why 28 million probably wasn't the disrespectful part of it. Remember, He probably agreed to the $28 million. He probably agreed to the $70 million overall over the 5-year contract. He probably did. And then the Jones said at the last minute, they said, man, $28 million, let's just throw him in at $15 million guaranteed. Or let's throw him $20 million guaranteed. I don't know. But at some point, they tried to change the horse in the middle of the race. Luther said, love the one you with. But if you toying with people like that, I mean, you can only take it so far. You can only take this stuff so far. And the Denver Broncos are known to draft guys who smoke a little anyway. I forgot, it was the same year. When the Cowboys drafted Randy Gregory, they drafted a guy too that had the little love for the pot. I forgot his name. Steven is capped literally, yup. So it is what it is. I'm done. This is from Scott Simpkins. Appreciate you though, my guy. Scott. That's how it is, Cowboy Nation. Any other news? Normally when I get out of here, there'll be some news that's hitting. Let me just check out Bobby Belt one more time just before I go because he's supposed to be the Cowboys insider. Shout out to Bobby Belt, man, and his growth. He says if the Cowboys want a certain language in there and fought to add it, that's fine. Just don't blame Randy Gregory for not agreeing to it. Yep. So pretty much Bobby is fighting for Randy Gregory. Per sources, Gelkin, Randy Gregory now appears to be Denver. So, yeah. So what Bobby's saying is that they try to change. They try to move the rug from up under his feet, and then it reneged on him, So that's just what it is. Who said baby nuts? Appreciate you. That word, man, is just so funny, man. Here you go. Life's crazy for the donation.
Baby nut, peanut, Jones / Catboy needs sign Bobby.
Oh, my God.
No.
Hey, Life, you got to put an S on it, man. You look, let's listen to the audio again. Got to put an S on
Baby nut, peanut, Jones / Catboy needs sign Bobby.
It just sounds funny, man. You got to put an S on it, though, baby nut. Let's hear it
Baby
again.
nut, peanut, Jones / Catboy needs sign Bobby.
Cowboy! Hey, what you gonna do? Let me see it one more time. Oh my God! Appreciate it for the stars. Let me hear one more time. Let me. Come on, AI. You don't want to say it anymore. Say it again, lady. Say it again.
Baby nut, peanut, Jones / Catboy needs sign Bobby.
Oh man, somebody put a beat to that and rap off of it. Baby nut, Jones. No, it says baby nut, peanut.
Baby nut, peanut, Jones / Catboy needs sign Bobby.
Oh my gosh, LVE coming. All right, man. Appreciate y'all having too much fun today. Be sure to be productive. Be productive at your jobs today, man. And if you enjoy your spring break like I am, enjoy and have good time with your family members. Normally, we'll be heading to Cancun or somewhere around this time frame. Give the kids a little break. My other daughter's running around, and I still haven't got a chance to watch the Batman movie. But this the Cantu movie that's on Disney is pretty good. So that's a good cartoon for you guys to watch if you got kids anywhere between the age of 3 and 9. That's a real good movie, Cantu. And it is what it is. Cowboy Nation. LVE is not coming back. Okay, I feel y'all. But we got this right here, baby. Say it again one more time.
Baby Nut, Peanut, Jones / Catboy needs some Bobby.
Man. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get up out of here. They say the prize fighter, even when he's down, he continues to swing. Hoping that he can contact somebody's jaw, fist to face. You know how this thing goes. That's where we at right now, Cowboy Nation. Shout out to you, Sheila Neal. Thank you for your love and adulations. But this team, like David Cantor says, we're not that far apart. And people was looking at me crazy when I said that, man, the Rams are not that far away from us. They're not light years ahead of the Cowboys. They're not. We just got to deal with this thing right here. You know, we got to deal with it.
Baby Nut, Peanut, Jones / Catboy needs sign Bobby.
That's what we got to deal with. But we stay focused, Cowboy Nation. Things can open up. Remember, this process is long. Last I checked, the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. It's to he that endureth. And we enduring, baby. Even with Baby Nut, Peanut, Jones, Cowboy. But, uh-oh. Hold on, let's stop the music. Hold on. My insider, Miss Jackie, always send me some good stuff, man, right as I'm leaving. This is good. All right, so this is good. Hold on. Let me go read this right quick. More details about Randy Gregory's decision off of my guy, Patrick No Walker C. No, C. Walker, I'm about to say. All right, let's go into details of it. He tweeted out something. Where is it, Miss Jackie? Randy Gregory, for the record. I'm going to have to do it this way. I thought he had it on Twitter. Y'all bear with me. Hold on. I'm going to have to email it to myself. Hold on. Y'all bear with me. Bear with me. Let this play while I'm looking it up. Hold on. Let this play while I'm looking it up. I'm going to let that play while I'm looking it up right quick. Hold on. I ain't gone. I'm just going to email it to myself. We got clarification for the nation. I've been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just want to shout out to Miss Jackie. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. All right. Count that too, count it up. Yeah. Count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives. Need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Yeah. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with A, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Rappin' now. Who with Law? I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Randy with Devil. Oh, come on now. Loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. Oh, he said, hey, I ain't about switching sides. It's about loyalty. You know, y'all heard what he said. All right, so basically, let me fix this one up a little bit for everyone. This was on Patrick with no C Walker. All right, so basically, it says here, for the record, Randy Gregory accepted, and then it's put in parentheses, much less money to agree to terms with the #Cowboys. At one point, the gap between their offer and others were roughly $4 to $5 million. They closed the gap enough, not completely, to the point he agreed. Done deal. The Cowboys got cute and over. So that was from Randy Gregory, and he liked the response there. Enough said. This is Patrick No C Walker, voice of the star, Enough said, hashtag Cowboys. And I tried to look for that tweet and I couldn't find it. So that's why I had to spend time digging this up and putting it on the screen. And shout out to the lovely, the beautiful, the wonderful Miss Jackie for this information. I thank you so much. And with that being said, when you try to get cute, you know, listen to the lyrics.
Not nuts cause he ain't got none to go in.
Listen to the lyrics. He said what he said about it.
I just wanna run it up.
I just want to run it up, baby.
Kinda check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field.
I just want to run it up. Listen to the lyrics.
I make the deal, have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Try to get cute.
Kinda. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside.
Come on.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
Charge it to the game. Read it.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now.
Who with Law?
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now.
Come on.
Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty.
It's about loyalty.
You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me.
Come on.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment.
All right.
You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling
Search
it.
for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit.
Can't trust a soul.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
I just want to run it up, baby.
Need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take
Don't be
it to
getting
a
cute.
meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
So that's what happened, baby. That's what happened. I really appreciate you guys so much, man. Cowboys tried to get cute, and I can tell you that came back to bit us. But I'm going to say this, just for reference, for those who out there say that his level of production doesn't warrant it, the $70 million, I get it. But the Cowboys need to figure out a way now to get another edge guy, whether it be the draft. You got Chandler Jones, Von Miller, as well as Jadeveon Clowney. Let's go pick up one of those guys. Let's go. We up out of here, baby. Appreciate y'all.
I want me some glory hole.
No doubt. Jerry, you had enough of that. Come on. We up out of here. One love, baby. If you watched all the way to this point and you have not hit that like button,
Shame.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one to name, nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on blinking, she free. Photo, please, no photos. Jeez, no, please, no photos.
come on, Bobby. Whack up.
Whole team here might need some.
We got Dorrance Armstrong. Dorrance, I feel you, money. Come on. Draft, yeah.
Different colors in my baggy light.
Yeah. Make it clap. I see you, Gregory.
Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things for your pockets, though.
Come on.
Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. Jeez, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away.
Law.
I put game on layaway.
Nation.
I got paid to play today.
Come on.
I get paid to
Shout out
stay
to you,
away.
Perez.
I get paid on rainy days.
Yeah.
I might make it rain today.
All right.
I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll.
Finger
I would
roll,
never sell my only
baby.
soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know.
Come on, it's Law.
All this acting, you go play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh. Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food.
You need some
now
milk.
You're all on live acting surprised, but
Let it
you
be
was
known,
fooled.
baby.
We need some milk.
Spend the day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she
Let's rule the nation, baby.
Please, no photos.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Let the world spin. Let's go.
Please, no photos.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
All right.
nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's
Come on.
I got wifey on bling yeah, she ice freeze.
We got Malik though. Come on, let's go.
Photos, G's, no, please, no photos.
Are you not entertained?
Let's go, baby. It's one way or another with us in Cowboy Nation. Let's slow it down just a little bit, as we look into this thing. That's the best way. You're listening again to the sounds of the hits and melodies. Let's watch some of this defense. Let's go.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in. Yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe.
It's picked off.
Save the last bite for you.
And you.
For you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights.
Watch D-Law. Give me that ball.
Can I be your player too?
Keith, what's good?
I'll follow.
Shout out to you, Chuck, for the donation
Go
on the Facebook.
whatever you do. Player too.
Bam. Watch D-Law. Give me that ball. Get over here. Yep.
Seven more and another
Bam.
one.
And another one.
And another one. Fighting you was the one alone.
Watch Diggs. It's picked off.
It's all in one.
Watch Parsons.
All in one.
Give me that ball, baby.
Don't let the street lights
Hit
you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you.
Uh-oh.
Might be
Diggs time, baby. Give it to me.
I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do. Play it too. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to be, who you're going to be, who you're going
I want me some glory hole.
Smoke weed every day.
Because you don't know who you're going to be, who you're going to be.